I've received a lot over the years, my hat being my favorite, which is why a cardboard giraffe with a Nike snapback is something the average person doesn't see. Welcome to episode 8 of the Victory Bell podcast. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Where is Brandon? You're probably also thinking, wait, the cardboard giraffe actually speaks. To answer the first question, Brandon is away this week doing a speech in front of 1,000 people, talking about the Umbrella Peer Support Group, his motivations and inspirations for us, as well as where he hopes to take it in the future. He will give you a full lowdown when he's back next week for episode 9. To answer the second question, with the power of technology and a lot of persuasion from our producer, the answer is yes. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Geoffrey, or as some people like to say,
my name is Jeff.
It came up in our Q&A why I've been in the background of each episode, and do I have a purpose? So in today's episode, I will answer all that. As usual, we will do our plugs. The Victory Bell podcast is sponsored by the Umbrella Peer Support Group. Established in 2017, Umbrella Peer Support Group is dedicated towards supporting all of those who need it, tried, tested, and successful. Join us for advice, guidance, support, or to help out. All links will be in the description, so feel free to like, share, and subscribe. So, today is a bit more of a light-hearted episode, after some of the heavy topics Brandon has discussed, because when filming our Q&A, I came up questions like, who's the giraffe? Why the giraffe? Why the snapback? Well, regarding the snapback, that's just how I've been styled. Now, I know this is probably a bit odd seeing me doing the talking, so I will give a bit of insight to answer these questions. Now, a bit of a backstory. I was adopted in 2020 during the pandemic by our producer. I came from a children's home when it was shut down. My job was to be a visual aid for children with autism and learning disabilities. I was in a classroom and I mainly had to stand there and look pretty. I was alongside a very attractive lady, so my work was cut out. During lockdown, I was given a lovely home here, as my producer was the key worker and coordinator, and this was the best place for me. Therefore, I've experienced working in the mental health field. So when I was presented with a chance to help out with Umbrella, I decided to go ahead and neck first. I can safely say I'm not your typical cardboard giraffe. I helped set up Giraffe Studios, which is where this podcast is held. I have been witness to some great music producers and had the pleasure of watching some serious musical talent. But this is the next chapter in my life. I have always tried to be a positive cardboard cutout and bring a small amount of joy and smiles to anyone I encounter. I've received a lot over the years, my hat being my favorite, which is why a cardboard giraffe with a Nike snapback is something the average person doesn't see. I am here because I have a basic philosophy. Yes, a piece of board with a philosophy. I believe we should all try to make the world a better place by helping one another out. The deed doesn't need to be big, just meaningful and impactful enough to make a difference in someone. This is why this podcast was created. Too many people are too negative and look too much into what is lacking or what they don't have. I like to see the glass as half full, be a bit more optimistic, and be more grateful for what I do have. I got a home, unlimited food, a good owner, and a space to be involved, where we can change the world for the better. I've sat in on many sessions that Brandon has held, where he gives perspective on people's problems, and every time he mentions Harley, well, these glasses cover all the tears my eyes have shed. That's if I could physically cry, of course. So, to sum this all up, let's do our bit to make this world a better place. Let's back and support Brandon and the Umbrella Peer Support Group. He is a good guy and is doing his bit. And then some. As my owner says, we can all learn from each other to become the best versions of ourselves. But at the end of the day, we can lead the giraffes to water, but we can't make them drink it. So please like, share, and subscribe, as it helps with the algorithm. Signing off, episode 9 of the Victory Bell podcast. This has been Geoffrey, and just to be in on the joke.
My name is Jeff.